Okay, what is the second question in definite integrals? We already discussed first question. Question was integral 1 to x y of t dt equal to x plus 1 integral 1 to x t y of t dt. They just want to know what is y of x. Okay, maybe it comes as differential equation. Don't know. Let us see. How to differentiate on both sides? When I differentiate here, product rule, x into derivative of this is in the place of the x will come. So simply y of x will come. Next, integral 1 to x y of t dt. Derivative of x is 1. Coming to this, x plus 1 into the derivative of this means in the place of t you write x. That is x y of x. Plus integral 1 to x t y of t dt. Into derivative of x plus 1 will be 1. Okay. So even though we differentiated one, still integration is not left here because the product rule we are using. I think next derivative the integration will be completely gone. Okay, before that, can I simplify something here? This is x y of x. When I open this, x y of x will cancel. So let me this into this, that is x plus 1 into x y of x. This part I can write it as x square y of x plus x y of x. That will get cancelled with this. So next time when I differentiate, what is the derivative of this? Simply in the place of t you write x. That is fundamental theorem. And here product rule, x square into derivative of y of x is y dash x. And y of x into derivative of x square is 2x. And the derivative of this is x y of x. Okay, that's it. We got a differential equation and then we have to see how to solve this. So I got x square y dash x. This and this put together is 1 minus, no, this I'm taking the exercise. So x minus 1 into y of x. There's a y here also. Maybe it's variable separable. This one here, everything else this side, or this is 2x square. You will get y into simply y of x. So 1 minus x minus 2x square. And you bring this to this side. So I think it's variable separable. dy by y is equal to 1 minus x minus 2x square by x square into dx. dy by y is log y. Here for 1 by x square integral is minus 1 by x. For minus 1 by x minus log x. And for minus 2 minus 2x plus. You can write y is equal to e power minus 1 by x into e power, you can even combine this and write minus 1 by x minus 2x and e power minus log x. And e power c is also some constant. This will become 1 by x and e and log will cancel. So I will be getting y is equal to 1 by x e power minus 1 by x minus 2x into some constant. So let us see if such option is there or we don't need small mistake. Okay, somewhere some plus 2 minus 2 can be wrong. X into 1 to x y of t dt plus 1 to x t y of t dt. Here I use product rule and here this into derivative of this is x y of x. This into derivative, this is 1. Good. X square y of x y of x got cancelled. This is derivative y of x. So this is fine. This is y of x, not y into x. Into 2x. Okay. And this x. So this is 2x. This is wrong. This is not 2x square. 2x plus x is 3x. So it's simply 1 minus 3x. This is y. Okay, y of x is confusing. So I would have written y. So 3x 1 minus 3x. So to be 1 minus 3x by x. Okay, then here it will be minus 1 by x minus 3 by x minus 3 log x. Then it will be e power minus 3 log. That would have been 1 by x cubed. Okay, now that is answer. Y equal to 1 by x cubed e power minus. Okay, this I wrote 2x square by mistake. So basically what happened is there is an integration within that function is there. So we will not be able to take it out. So we differentiated it twice. So that integration is completely gone. And we got a variable separable differential equation. So that's why we could solve that. Okay, I'm erasing this whole thing. Okay, third question. Integral minus of 2 of integer part of x plus log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x. Okay, these kind of questions we should do quickly. Of course, different integrals has a different variety of questions, but there are 3 formulas, that will cover most of the questions. What is that? Integral minus a to a. If it is odd function, you can write 0. If it is even function, 2 times integral 0 to a. And 0 to a f of x dx, you can replace x with a minus x. And when you do I plus I, sometimes it will become simple. And integral 0 to 2a, or 0 to a also you can write. If f of 2a minus x is same as f of x, you can write 2 times 0 to f of x. And if it is negative of f of 2a minus x is minus f of x, it will become 0. Okay, so here very quickly you should recognize that this is odd function. Why? You take f of x is equal to log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x. What is f of minus x? Log of 1 minus x by 1 plus x, which is log reciprocal of 1 by 1 plus x by 1 minus x. Log 1 by t I can write minus log t. So it will be minus log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x, which is minus f of x. Alright. So it's odd function, so it will be 0. So integral minus of 2 of integer part of x dx plus 0. Now coming to this, you can write integral minus of 2 0 integer part of x dx plus integral 0 to half integer part of x dx. Between minus of 2 0, integer part of x is minus 1. Whereas between 0 to half it is 0 dx. So we will not have anything here. Then minus x with the minus of 2 0. When I put 0, you get 0. When I put this, you get finally minus. So just you have to split the integral. Whenever function definition changes and it has different definitions at different intervals, we need to break. All right, I'm erasing this. Okay, what is this question? Integral I1 is integral 0 to pi x sin x by 1 plus cos. And I2 is integral 0 to pi x sin power 4x. Okay, this is also very one of the common concept. When you replace x with pi minus x and do I plus I, the function becomes simple. Especially when this x is not there, I can do this integration. When this x is not there, I can do integration. So, how to remove that x is replace x with pi minus x here. 0 to pi, pi minus x here, sin pi minus x here, 1 plus cos square pi minus x. This is pi minus x, this is sin x, this is 1 plus cos square x dx. When I take this and do I plus I, 0 to pi, I'll get sin x common, I'll get x plus pi minus x by 1 plus cos square x dx. This x and this x will cancel. We'll get 2i is equal to pi integral 0 to pi sin x by 1 plus cos square x dx. In this, I can take cos x as t. Then minus sin x dx will be dt. So that is pi into, this is 1, this is minus 1. Sin x dx will be minus dt. This will be 1 plus t square. I can use this minus for interchanging or directly find the integral, not a problem. Pi 1 by 1 plus t square, what is the integral? Tan inverse t. And lower limit I like minus 1, upper limit 1 because I use this minus for interchange. So that is I is equal to this will go down and get pi by 2. When I put tan inverse 1, pi by 4, tan inverse minus 1 is minus pi by 4. So this is pi by 2, this is pi by 2, I am getting pi by 2 first. So I1, I think this is I1, I should write all the way, is pi by 2 whole square. Coming to I2, similar thing, replace x with a minus x, which is pi minus x, sine power 4 pi minus x dx. That is 0 to pi minus x. This is sine power 4x dx. Now we can do I2 plus I2. Then we'll get x plus pi minus x sine power 4x. And you are doing this and this. Again, x will cancel. You will get pi outside. So 2I2 is equal to pi times 0 to pi sine power 4x dx. Here, if you replace x with pi minus x, no change. Whenever you replace x with a minus x, no change means you can write 2 times 0 to a by 2. So 2I2 is pi into 2 times 0 to pi by 2 sine power 4x dx. So this 2 and this 2 will cancel. I got I2 is equal to pi into. We have a reduction formula for 0 to pi by 2 sine power nx dx. Very important question even in IP. You will write n minus 1 by n. Okay. That is 4 minus 1 by 4. That is 3 by 4. Then decrease 2 here, decrease 2 here. You will get 1 by 2. I think whenever 1 by 2 comes, you will also at the end get pi by 2. Whenever it is 2 by 3, you will write into 1 and stop there. Okay. So I2 alone will be, this is 3 pi square by 16. Okay. Now what is the question? Maybe I1 by I2 or something. Okay, they wanted I1 is to I2, so that is 4 is to 3. So when you take I1 is to I2, I1 is pi square by 4, let's say 3 pi square by 16, which is 4 is to 3. Okay, try to understand, copy this. All right, let us discuss next question.
Sir, 1 minute. Sir.
Okay.
Only I2, sir.
Okay. I'm very happy that at least some of you are coming to classes, listening at least. Even though sometimes not putting on the video after asking, but at least you are coming first of all.
Sir, complete గా మెసేజెస్ చేస్తుంటే వస్తున్నారు సార్ వన్ బై వన్ మెసేజ్ చేయకపోతే రావట్లేదు సార్ ఈ 20 మెంబర్స్ కూడా మెసేజ్ చేశారు
yes
sir
these are second day topics, at least they should come for second year.
Yes sir.
Done, sir.
All right. Okay, we have to do fifth question. Integral 0 to 1 root over 1 minus x by 1 plus x dx. Okay, numerator I want to discuss root 1 minus x by root 1 plus x. I'll again multiply root 1 minus x and root 1 minus x. So the numerator root will go, it will become 1 minus x by root 1 minus x square dx. Let us split it into two parts. 1 by root 1 minus x square dx. X by root 1 minus x square dx. This is directly sin inverse x from 0 to 1. That will be pi by 2 minus 0. This, for this is a derivative. 1 minus x square derivative is minus 2x. In fact, I can multiply the 2 here, 2 here. And then this is directly derivative of by 2 right also. Directly root 1 minus x square. Because root 1 minus x square is 1 by 2 root 1 minus x square. Derivative of this minus 2x with minus everything is there. That's why it became plus and 0 to 1. When I put 1, it is 0. When I put 0, it is 1. So we got pi by 2 minus. So this is not about anything much about definite integration. Just a regular indefinite integration, just substituting upper limit and lower limit. All right, let's go further. Okay, integral 4 to 10. Integer part of x square Integer part of x square minus 28x plus 196 plus integer part of x square dx. This is integer part of x square, which you can easily see the perfect square of 14 minus x whole square. Connect x minus 14 also. 14 minus x whole square plus integer part of x square dx. We have this formula integral a to b f of x dx same as integral a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. So I can replace x with a plus b minus x. So this will become 4 plus 10, that is 14 basically. 14 minus x whole square. This will become 14 minus x. This will become basically x square. And this will become 14 minus x whole square. You can see this became this. So denominator did not change effectively. When I do I plus I, this one and this one as I plus I, because 4 to 10. Denominator will be x square plus 14 minus x whole square. Numerator is also x square plus 14 minus x whole square. Both are same. So you'll get integral 4 to 10 1 dx. Okay, that is 2I is equal to x with limits 4 to 10, 10 minus 4. That is 6. So I will be 3. Okay, maybe if you do few questions of similar things like this, you can directly say b minus a by 2 will be the answer. So whenever this and after replace x with a plus b minus x, when you do I plus I, you are going to get 1. Every time answer will be b minus a by 2. Doesn't matter what is the function, it may be sine, cos, something else. Those who completed can try next question. Alright, I'm erasing this. Okay, seventh question, f of x is sine of limit t tends to 0, 2x by pi, cot inverse x by t square. And then they want integral minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 f of x. Okay. Okay, I don't think it is an odd function because if you replace x with minus x here minus will come here, but you cannot take minus out because cot inverse minus x is pi minus cot inverse x. Okay, and then that to inside. So let us see what is this limit is going to come first of all. When t is tending to 0, this is becoming infinity. And cot inverse infinity is 0. That too when your x is positive. If x is negative, it will be minus infinity. And cot inverse minus infinity is also 0. Is it right? What are the principal values for cot inverse 0 to pi? Open interval. At pi also cot is 0, it will tend into becoming pi. So I don't know whether they have taken care of all the details, but let us do it. First of all, what is f of 0 stated? Sine limit t tends to 0. When you directly put 0, it will become 2 into 0 by pi. F of 0 may not be important because we will break the integral at 0 anyway. Okay? But still, I'm just finding this is cot inverse 0 is pi by 2. That is whole thing is 0, we get sine 0. F of 0 is 0. If I take x greater than 0, then f of x will be sine limit t tends to 0 to x by pi cot inverse x by t square. This is becoming plus infinity and cot inverse plus infinity will be 0. Okay, so I can write tan inverse sine limit t tends to 0. The cot inverse I can write tan inverse reciprocal of this as t square by x. That is becoming 0. But here nothing is becoming 0, so only that. So I think I don't have to write so much. Sine of 2x by pi will come outside the limit, so that is very easy. Okay, so the main point is all this is limit k tends to infinity, cot inverse k will be 0. And limit k tends to infinity, cot inverse k tends to minus infinity, cot inverse k will be pi. Because normally cot inverse between cot x graph between 0 to pi will be like this. You can see at 0 to become plus infinity, at pi to becoming minus infinity. So from that I can tell cot inverse. I can even draw graph of cot inverse. It will be like this. When you are approaching plus infinity, it will approach 0, minus infinity, it will approach pi. So you take anything greater than 0, this becomes plus infinity and it will become 0. So I'll get here f of x, just here f of x is equal to sine of 2x by pi, but that is 0 here. So sine 0 is always 0. And when x is less than 0, we know first of all limit k tends to infinity, cot inverse k tends to minus infinity, it will be pi. Then at that time f of x is sine 2x by pi, and this will become pi because it becoming minus infinity. So it will become sine 2x. So the function is for all positive values 0, for all negative values it is 2x. So I have to break this integral. So this is integral minus pi by 2 to 0, therefore this is sine 2x dx. Whereas between 0 to pi by 2, or for that matter any positive values, it is 0 dx. Okay, sine 2x integral is minus cos 2x by 2 with minus pi by 2. This is 0. This is when I put 0, cos 0 is 1, so minus 1 by 2. Minus when I put 90, it becomes cos minus pi, which is cos pi minus 1, it becomes plus 1 by 2. Finally, it is minus. Okay. So mainly you have to understand this 2x by pi can be taken out limit. When x is positive, it becomes plus infinity and cot inverse infinity is 0. And when x is negative, it becomes minus infinity and cot inverse minus infinity is 1. Okay. Key is fine for 7th one. So complete this and we'll see. All right, I'm erasing this. Okay, eighth question. Integral minus a to a e power x by 1 plus e power x dx. Okay, I don't think it's even function. It is always either even or odd. And if you replace x with minus x and do I plus I, it will come. Even without that also, I think we can do it integration. Okay, two methods. We can do indefinite integration, we can do definite base for that. We can use this f of a integral a to b f of x dx. This integral a plus a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. We have basically minus a to a f of x dx. You can even write minus a to a f of minus x dx. Why? Because a plus b is 0 here, that's all. So replace x with minus x also here, no problem. So this is I. Same I can write minus a to e power minus x by 1 plus e power minus x dx. E power minus x I can write 1 by e power x and simplify it. That is 1 by e power x by 1 plus 1 by e power x dx. That is 1 by e power x plus 1 dx. If I do I plus I now, integral minus 1 to 1, denominator is e power x plus 1. Numerator is also e power x plus 1. That is minus 1 to 1, 1 dx. So from that, we will get 2i is equal to x from minus 1 to 1, 1 minus minus 1. 2i equal to 2. What are the limits? Minus 8 is. Okay, that is a minus minus a. So 2i is equal to 2a and we will get I is equal to e. You can do like this or directly for this derivative, you don't need all that. What is this? Log 1 plus e power x is directly the integration because we take this as to this is b with the minus a to e. That is log of 1 plus e power e minus log of 1 plus e power minus. That is log of 1 plus e power e log of 1 plus 1 by e power e. That is log of 1 plus e power a minus log of e power a plus 1 by e power b. Log a minus log b, you can write log a by 1 plus e power a by 1 plus e power a by e power a. Log of e power a, you can take a outside and write log e. Log e is 1. A is 1. So directly indefinite integration is this, then simplify it. Or do I plus I. Either way is okay. For eighth one. And answer is A final. All right, let us discuss next question. Okay. Ninth question. Integral minus pi to pi square root of mod sin y 1 plus tan square y dy. And he wanted integer part of this. Okay, this I can write secant squared y. But the whole thing is inside the mod. Inside the root. Okay, first of all, if I replace y with minus y, no change here, no change here. So I can write it as 2 times integral 0 to pi square root of mod sin y and the secant square y dy. Okay, this became 2 times 0 to pi. Normally for secant, I may need secant and tan both. Secant I can take it up at some cos first of all. 2 integral 0 to pi square root of mod sin y. The secant square y will become mod cos by d. Very important that we have mod. 0 to pi, secant can be negative also. Now if you replace pi with y with pi minus pi, again no change, no? Okay, so I can even write this as 2 times 0 to pi by 2 square root of mod sin y and then mod cos by d. But between 0 to 90, this is positive, this is positive. So I can remove the mod everywhere. So 4 integral 0 to pi by 2 root sin y into cos by d. Very neatly for sin y derivative cos y, if I take this is t, this is dt, root t dt. So root t integral is t for 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. So 4 into sin y whole power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 from 0 to pi by 2. So 4 into 2 by 3 into, when I put 90, it will become 1, when I put 0, it will be 2. Which is simply 8 by 2. Okay, so right in the beginning I have done minus pi to pi is 2 times 0 to pi, next 0 to pi is 2 times 0 to pi by 2, and for this is neatly this is derivative.
Completed.
All right. Okay, 10th question. Basically, I and they are there. I equal to 1 sin x by root x j equal to integral 0 to 1 cos x by root x. Okay, we know for x greater than 0, sin x is less than x. Divide with root x, sin x by root x is less than x by root x. So sin x by root x is less than root x. We cannot integrate this in indefinite integration. So we are able to find some function which is higher than this, which can be integrated. So now we take integral 0 to 1, sin x by root x is less than integral 0 to 1 root x. This is I. This integral is x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 0 to 1, which is 2 by 3. So that's how I is less than 2 by 3. Coming to j, we only know cos x is less than 1. Okay. So cos x by root x is less than 1 by root x. Even this is also less than 2, but it is much less than 2 by 3. This is 0 to 1, 0 to 1, I can do it. This is j less than 2 root x from 0 to 1, j less than. Even I is also less than 2, but we are able to tell less than 2 by 3, that is much better answer than less than 2. But here we are not able to tell anything better than that, maybe. Okay. Of course, j is less than anything else because it's not the exact answer, it's only less than 2. Somebody can use some other function and find little better approximation of the question. All right, next question. Eleventh one. Limit n tends to infinity. Sigma r equal to 1 to 4n. Root n by root r 3 root r 4 root n whole square. We have any questions of the form limit n tends to infinity 1 by n f of r by n. Sigma will have some limits. You should be able to write that as integral f of x dx. So you should have this 1 by n f of r by n, 3 plus r by n is x. You know what is f of x. Limits you have to write suitably. You have to write r by n smallest value here and r by n biggest value here based on the sigma. So now how to adjust this here? So limit n tends to infinity. Sigma r equal to 1 to 4n. I want to divide with root r. I want to divide with one root. First of all, I can take root n common. So root n is on the top, which I can bring it down later. So 1 by square root of r by n. Root n that which I take here will be root n whole square. Will be 3 into root r by root n plus 4 square. That is limit n tends to infinity sigma. This root n whole square will become 1 by n. Sigma r equal to 1 to 4n. 1 by root over r by n. This is 3 root r by root n plus 4 whole square. If I take r by n as x, this is like 1 by root x plus into 3 root x plus 4 whole square. Okay. Sigma is f of x equal, where x is r by n. And what is the initial value of r by n? 1 by n, which is 0. Final value of r by n is 4n by n, which will be 4. You should be able to write here integral 0 to 4. Where from 0 came? R by n, initially 1 by n and n is infinity 0. Finally, the 4n by n, which is 4. And my function is root x, 3 root x plus 4 whole square dx. If I take this as this will be dt, because for root x, after all, derivative is 1 by 2 root x. Okay. I might as well take this whole thing as t. 3 root x plus 4 as t. And derivative is 3 into 1 by 2 root x dx will be dt. And then 1 by root x dx will be 2 by 3 dt. And what will happen to the limits? I am taking 3 root x. So when I put 0, it will become 4. When I put 4, it will become 6 plus 4, 10. And this is 1 by t square. And 1 by root x dx is 2 by 3 dt. For this 1 by t square integral is minus 1 by t. So minus 2 by 3 into 1 by t. So it limits 4 to 10. So minus 2 by 3. When I put 10, it is 1 by 10 minus 1 by 4. So minus 2 by 3. If I take 20 here LCM, this is 2s and this is 5s. So that will become 3 by 20, 3 will cancel. Finally, it is 1 by 10. So you should know there are a lot of questions on infinite limits which can be converted into integrals. They are all based on this. They should be in the form of 1 by n, f of r by n. You should be able to write this as a function where if you take r by n as x, you will know what the function. And the limits we have to know carefully. Usually 0 to 1 will come many questions, but here is not integral 1. R equal to 1 to n if it is given 0 to 1. R equal to 1 to 4n. So that's why it is 0 to 4. Okay, try to understand this. If any doubt, you ask me. Otherwise, you try the next question. All right, next question. Okay, 12th question. Integral 0 to 1 by 2 1 plus root 3, which is just a constant, and denominator is x plus 1 whole square. One minus x whole power 6, 1 by 4 dx. Okay, you have these kind of questions in IP, very important 7 marks question. I said that when I discussed IP. And I also said another method. The sum of these powers, including this, if it is 2, we have a method. Integral 0 to 1 by 2, 1 plus root 3 by integral is okay. This is x plus 1 whole power 1 by 2. This is 1 minus x power 3 by 2 dx. So what to do? You can do either way. You divide here with 1 minus x whole power 1 by 2. Multiply with 1 minus x power 1 by 2. So that this will become square, and for this it will be derivative. So it will be 0 to 1 by 2, 1 plus root 3. This will be 1 plus x by 1 minus x power 1 by 2. This will be 1 minus x whole square with a dx. If I take 1 plus x by 1 minus x as t, the derivative is minus 2 by 1 minus x whole square. So I'll get 1 minus x into 1 minus 1 plus x into 1. 1 minus x minus 1 minus x into 1 into minus 1. 2 plus 2. We'll get 2 by 1 minus x whole square dx equal to b. So in the place of this, I can write dt by 2. So this is 0 to 1 by 2, 1 plus root 3, t power 1 by 2, and the dt by 2. So I can take 1 plus root 3 by 2 outside. T power 1 by 2, when it goes up, t power minus of this is root t. Root t integral will be 2 root t. 2 root t with 0 to 1 by 2. So 1 plus root 3 by 2, 2 cancel. 1 plus root 3. I don't know why he gave 1 plus root 3 because they are not using it. 2 got cancelled. It will become 1 by root 2 minus 2. So finally 1 plus root 3 by root 3. Let us see if I copied the question correctly. Question is right. Maybe we need to simplify it and find into the part. Oh, when I take t, I forgot to change the limits. Look at that. Here, these are not the limits of t, these are limits of x. So, what are the limits of t? When I put 0, it will be 1. And when I put 1 by 2, it will be 3. This is 1, 2, 3. This is also 1, 2. Okay, then it will become root 3 minus. So, a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. So, we get 3 minus 1. So, whatever we got root 3 minus 1, its conjugate is given, so that answer can be expressed as easy. Okay, try to copy this 12th one, and if you have the PDF, try to look at the next question. All right, share. Okay, 13th one. F of x is equal to x mod x. Mod x? Yes. X mod x, where x less than equal to minus. Next, integer part of x plus 1 plus integer part of 1 minus x. For minus 1 less than equal to x plus 1. And then minus x into mod x. For x greater than equal to. We want integral minus 2 to 2 I equal to integral minus 2 to f of x dx. And mod 3i they want. I think it's for us to recognize here this and this put together is odd function. Or even, sorry, even. Because if you put x equal to 2 here or x equal to minus 2 here, same answer will come. So this is even. Even here also replace x with minus x, it's even. So we have to understand f is even, that's important. F of minus x equal to f of x implies f is even. Then integral minus 2 to 2 f of x dx, I can write integral 0 to 2 f of x. But I need to break at 1 because the function definition is changing. So 0 to 1 f of x dx plus integral 1 to 2 f of x dx. Between 0 to 1 I have to use this. But integer part of x plus 1, I can take 1 outside. I can directly tell between 0 to 1 what happened to this, what happened to this, but I want to show something else. And this one also I can take it out, it will be 1 plus integer part of minus x dx. And between 1 to 2, this is minus x mod x. Okay, now this is 2, that's okay. But integer part of x plus integer part of minus x, it is 0 whenever x is an integer, and it is minus 1 whenever x is not an integer. If you take any number which is not an integer, this answer is always minus 1. And if you take integer, it is 0. So between 0 to 1, we are not worried. At 0, what will happen? At 1, what will happen? We are worried between 0 to 1, what will happen? Which is not an integer, it is always minus 1. So it will be minus 1. So if it is 0 to 1, please understand it will be minus 1, this is plus 2. Dx. This is 1 to 2, which is positive, so minus x square dx. Because mod x, I can write x. This is simply 1, integral is x with 0 to 1. So this is minus x cubed by 3 from 1 to 2. So this is 1, this is minus 8 by 3 minus 1 by 3. When I put 1, it will be plus 1 by 3. So that is minus 7 by 3. With 1, it will be minus 4 by 3. When I is minus 4 by 3, 3i is minus 4, and mod 3i is, I think answer will be 4. So please try to understand, even though this part is necessary, I want to cover that point. Otherwise, I would have told you between 0 to 1, this is 1 to 2. This integer part will be 1. Between 0 to 1, this will be also between 0 to 1, integer part will be 0. This is 1, this is 0. It will be simply 1. What about directly 1?